Hi, everyone.
How's it going, gang?
Hey.
Brody? Matt?
Here.
Max?
Here.
Ryan?
Here.
Sorry,
Martin?
my computer sound wasn't on. I don't know if it said my name, but I'm here.
Yep, gotcha.
Thank you.
Thank you. Martin?
Right here.
All right, with an echo. Here's your. Caitlin?
Here.
Bobby?
Here.
Luce?
Here.
Megan?
Here.
Jacob?
Here.
James?
Here.
Brooke?
Here.
Jack Kenny?
Here.
Elias?
Here.
Where?
Here.
Oh, I see you. Okay. Brooklyn?
Here.
William?
Here.
Michael?
Here.
Paige?
Here.
Noah?
Here.
Madison?
Here.
Brendan?
Here.
Shane? Joe?
Here.
Tyler?
Here.
Cole?
Here.
Kristen?
Here.
Carrie?
Here.
David?
Here.
Nolan?
Here.
Sean?
Here.
Okay. How's it going out there at St. Bonaventure University? That good, huh? You know, it's a goof because I see myself teaching, which I never did before. So you see, anybody know, see the look at, I damaged myself. Can you see?
How'd you do that?
I hit myself in the head with a pickleball racket.
I love pickleball.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it?
Yeah, in high school I won a championship
Oh, really?
gym class.
I whacked myself in the head, man, yesterday.
You any good?
Well, you know, I'm an old guy, so it's hard to say. Yes, I'm freaking awesome.
Maybe sometime. I can come to Connecticut.
I play with even older guys. No. It's fun. We like it.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
And it's socially distant, you know?
Oh yeah, we can stay 6 feet apart. We're good.
Yeah. I can play, except we all got to touch the ball. Hey, anybody know, there's another section of money and banking going on, isn't there? Anybody have friends in that section that they meet on campus?
I was in that class before I transferred over to you, sir.
Oh, how is it going? How was that class? Do you know? Were they doing the same
It,
sort of stuff?
for the most part, I mean, it was on campus, and I know they're like a chapter behind.
They were?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's speed along here. Okay, so we finished chapter 3, right? Chapters 1, 2, and 3 was the first section of the course, of the textbook. So, basically, all it talked about was why we were here. Why are we studying this stuff? The introduction. But chapter 4 gets into financial markets. So we're going to start chapter 4 today and talk about interest rates. Okay? And I put up a couple of things. All right. I'm getting there. I'm sorry. I was putting this stuff up. So this is our Moodle page. And so we have chapter 3 power problems, chapter 4 PowerPoint, chapter 4 problems. And this I just put up here now is some notes I took to help me lecture. In other words, this might be things that I would write on the board if we were in a classroom, you know. I did this in financial econometrics yesterday, and I thought it worked so a little bit better than just me yabbering on about stuff, you know. Oops. So we don't need this right now. Let's go to the PowerPoint, yeah, which actually I have open already. So we're just going to start talking. The meaning of interest rates. Can you guys see my PowerPoint?
No.
No,
What were you seeing?
Moodle screen.
Oh, really?
There it is.
You see it now?
Yes.
Chapter 4, the meaning of interest rates. Before we go on studying money, banking, and financial markets, what does it mean, interest rates? So the concept known as yield to maturity is the most accurate measure of interest rates. So yield to maturity is a pretty big deal. In this chapter, we're going to talk about present value, 4 types of credit instruments, and the distinction between yield to maturity, current yield, rate of return, and rate of capital gains. And then, of course, the distinction between real and nominal interest rates. So, interest rates. $1 paid to you 1 year from today is less valuable than $1 paid to you today. $1 deposited today can earn interest. Are these two values the same? $1 million a year for each of the next 20 years, or $20 million? Remember, I always say money isn't money. Money isn't the amount, right, that's in your pocket. Money is what it is doing for you, right? So we always want to, I think we should always want to think about money in terms of what is it doing? Yeah, money in and of itself isn't doing much, but having it work for you is what's important. So this idea of getting a $20 million lottery, I haven't played the lottery in a long time, but they used to have a choice, right? One lump sum payout or pay it out over the years. Does anybody know what they do now? Is that still a choice?
It's like 50% now, or it's like a lump sum, I think.
I couldn't hear you, Max.
I said it's like 50% now, like you could take it like right away, or it's lump sum over like 30 years or whatever it is.
Only 50% now?
Well, that's what it is where I'm from, at least.
Oh, where's that?
Canada.
Ah, okay. Well, I seem to remember they used to have a box if you won, you played, that said, if you win, do you want to get a lump sum or do you want to get paid out over time? So which would we prefer?
A lump sum.
Over
Yeah,
time.
we want the money today, right? We want the money today. We don't want it over time, right? We can do better than what interest rate we think we're going to get. So you're looking at my PowerPoint?
Yeah.
Present present value. So let I be 10% interest rate. So in 1 year we have 10%, which times 1 plus 10% would be 110, right? So in 2 years you get that 110 that you made the first year times the 10%, right? Plus itself, or 121, which translates to 1.10 raised to 2. So, and then of course in 3 years, analogously, 121, which is your second year payout, times 1.10, right? So if we were in the class, I would have wrote something like this, right? The interest rate is equal to 10% or 0.10. So in 1 year, you would have $100 times the 10%. In other words, this says 1 plus 0.1, right? So that's 100 plus $10 or 110. Is everybody with me? In 2 years, you would have that 110 times 1.10 or 121, which is the same as saying 100 times 1.10 times 1.10, or 100 times 1.10 squared. In 3 years, you would have that 121 times 1.10, which is 133, or you would have your 100 times 1.10 cubed. So in effect, the formula here is 100 times 1.10 raised to however many number of periods you're raising it to. Okay? It's very elementary, right? You know all of this. So simple present value. Present value is today's present value, some future cash flow, and the interest rate. So that future amount discounted, we call it when we have a future amount and we bring it back to the present, it's called discounting. Yeah? So when I do that, you see my handwritten notes, right? When I do that, you see my handwritten notes, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, so this is slide 6. We have present value. When I write 3 lines like that, it means defined as present value. So PV defined as present value, some cash flow defined as a cash flow, the principal amount, a payment amount, whatever, right? I don't care what you call it. Yeah, the interest rate, the interest rate. T is time. So present value is some amount discounted back. You see what I'm doing? So we set up here the formula for calculating an amount in the future. Yeah, 100 times some 1 plus some interest rate equals an amount. So some present value times 1 plus some interest rate equals an amount. Therefore, you could just take this and discount this back. In other words, these two things are the same, right? I thought that was a big deal. I guess it's not a big deal. Okay. You cannot directly compare payments scheduled at different points in time. Because we earn interest over time. Yeah, so they'll be different. So 4 types of credit market instruments: a simple loan, a fixed payment loan, a coupon bond, and a discount bond. Yield to maturity. This is slide 9. The interest rate that equates the present value of cash flow payments received from a debt instrument with the value today. I have notes for this too. I wrote a different definition here just because, I don't know, the one on the slides bothered me. So the yield to maturity is the rate that equals the present value of future cash flows to the value of an asset today. So what we're talking about is the yield to maturity is the actual rate that you earn when you have an investment today and you get some amount of money in the future. Forget about if the coupon rate is 12%. If you purchase something for today, when you sell it, how much money have you made? That's your yield to maturity. Regardless of what they say the coupon or the yield is, right? The yield to maturity is the actual rate that gets you from that value in the future to the value today. You see what I'm saying? Very important concept. All right. The yield to maturity on a simple loan. So we have present value, the amount borrowed, $100. Cash flow, amount, principal, whatever you want to call it. CF is the amount in 1 year. Call it future value, right? N is a number of years. So you see this formula, and what did I do? There's nothing more than this. Present value, future value. Present value, future value, discount. Yeah? So you do a little algebra, bring this thing up over here. You have 1 plus I times 100 is got to be equal to this. Then you could bring the 100 over here, right? Divide both sides by 100. Then you could solve for the interest rate. So in a simple loan, the interest rate is the same as your yield to maturity, but that's not always the case. We have a fixed payment loan, the same cash flow payment every period throughout the life of the loan. So we have a loan value, i.e. present value, i.e. whatever, right? Call it what you like. Present value, oops, is equal to some fixed payment. Maybe you call this a cash flow. Maybe you call it a payment, right? Whatever. And this year, 1 plus I raised to 1, they just don't show you the 1 because that's 1 year. In 2 years, you're discounting that payment by 2, right? 1 plus I raised to 2. 3 years, and so on, right? So this is how you're determining the present value of a fixed payment loan. Let me see if I have notes on that. I don't. How about that? You're off the hook. Okay. Common bond, a common coupon bond. The same strategy is used for the fixed payment loan. You have to price the coupon, the face value, and the end, the years to maturity. So price, coupon payment, each discounted by 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, blah, blah, blah. And then at the end, you have the coupon payment discounted by however long the thing is, and the face value, right? Now I got notes on this. I'm sorry, my computer froze up. Bear with me, okay? Ah. Yeah, never mind. Okay, guys. This is slide 12, my notes. If we were in the class, I put this on the board, right? A coupon bond, the price is equal to your interest payment each period discounted back. Plus at the end, it's the last coupon payment and the face value of the bond. Okay? All right. If the coupon bond is priced at face value, the yield to maturity will equal the coupon rate. The price of a coupon bond and the yield to maturity are negatively related. The yield to maturity is greater than the coupon when the bond price is below face value. Sorry, I'm having computer trouble. When I go screen share, what do you guys see?
A line.
Nothing? A line?
Just see a black screen.
I'm sorry. I don't know why this stuff isn't coming up. I'm sorry. Just give me a minute to get my act together.
Good.
Okay. You see the slide, my notes, right?
Yes.
Okay. So this payment is based on the coupon of the bond, right? When we say the yield to maturity, we're talking about this R here. That's the rate out in the world. Okay? So when the coupon bond is priced at fair value, the yield to maturity equals the coupon rate. If you have a bond, say a bond is a $1,000 bond, right? And it pays 10% coupon. How much is that coupon payment? It pays 10% coupon every year for 10 years.
$100.
It's $100, right? So your grandmother gives you that bond when you graduate from Bonus as a graduation present. Say, your grandmother's like really nice and she thinks that if she just gave you the cash, you would blow it on beer. So she gives you this bond. It pays 10%, $100 a year. In 4 years, you got to get married and buy a minivan. So current bonds in 4 years' time are being issued at 12%. What's a coupon payment on a 12% $1,000 bond?
120.
120. So your $100 bond, your 10% coupon bond isn't going to be worth as much as a new bond being issued. Make sense? In order for you to sell it so you can buy the damn minivan, you're going to have to lower the price. You're going to have to lower the price by the amount that the value of the difference between 100 and 120 every year for the remaining 6 years. Does that make sense? So your 10% coupon is going to be discounted at a rate of 12% because that's the current yield to maturity. Does it make sense? So suppose you got that 10% bond from grandma because she was worried you would blow all the money on a trip to somewhere. And in 4 years' time, you still got married, you're getting married, and you got to buy a minivan because you got a family on the way. But new bonds are being issued at 8%. How do you like that? Your bond is 10%. It's paying you $100 every year. Those new 8% bonds are paying how much every year?
80.
$80 a year. So aren't you styling with that 10% bond? So when you go to sell it, you're going to make more money, right? You're going to be able to charge more than $1,000. You're going to be able to charge the amount extra that the purchaser is getting every year for the remainder of the bond. You see what I'm saying? Therefore, we could say if the yield to maturity is greater than the coupon, the bond price is below face value. Remember, this is a yield to maturity that you're discounting the bond by. You see? So if you're discounting this by a higher interest rate, this price will be more. Okay? If the coupon is priced at face, the yield to maturity is the same as the coupon rate. That's a great multiple choice question because you don't have to do any work, right? The coupon is 10%, the yield to maturity is 10%. What's the price of the bond? $1,000 bond. Coupon is 10%. The
100.
yield to maturity is 10%. What's the price of the bond?
1,000.
$1,000. The coupon is 10%. The yield to maturity is 12%. What's the price of the bond? Lower. The coupon is 10%. The yield to maturity is 8%. What's the price of the bond?
It's higher.
Higher. Right? Is that what you're going to say, Jake? All right. Everybody on the same page? Everybody cool? It's very exciting. Clearly, some of you are not as excited as me. Okay. So therefore, the price of the coupon and the yield to maturity are negatively related, right? Yield goes up, price goes down. Yield goes down, price goes up. If the yield is greater, the price is below. Makes sense, right? So here, look at this one is right in the middle. 10% yield to maturity, $1,000 price. Yield to maturity is 8%, the price is higher. Yield to maturity is 7%, the price is even higher. Yield to maturity is 11%, the price is lower. In other words, this is the yield that you're discounting the price by. That's this. Yeah? What you're discounting it by. That's what you could get for that bond in 4 years' time when you got to buy a minivan. Thank you very much, Grandma. So a coupon bond. This is a consul or a perpetuity. A bond with no maturity date that doesn't pay principal, but only pays coupons forever. How about that? Can you imagine buying something and you're going to receive a payment forever? It very, very seldom do you see it, but you know where you see it? In the UK, in the United Kingdom, they do these consul bonds. So the principal, the price of the bond here is simply the coupon payment divided by the interest rate. For coupon bonds, this equation gives a current yield, easy to calculate approximation to the yield to maturity. So the yearly interest payment divided by the price of the bond gives the yield to maturity. So I got to keep coming back. We only see this like once in a blue moon. Yeah, the UK issues these consul bonds. But where do we see perpetuity often? What else would we use this formula for? Well, can you think of an example of an asset that makes a payment regularly forever? A stock that pays dividends. If you buy a blue chip stock, right, they're paying dividends. Some stocks that have been around like Procter and Gamble, they have been paying regular dividends for like 70 freaking years. So we consider these perpetuities. Do you know what I'm saying? Because they just go on and on and on, yeah? So we use this perpetuity formula to value stocks that pay dividends. So it's more important than what the book says about perpetuities. Okay. A discount bond. For any 1 year discount bond, face value of the discount bond, current price of the discount bond. So we have face minus the price divided by the price gives us the interest rate. Yield to maturity negatively related to current bond price. Interest rates and returns. The payments to the owner plus the change in value expressed as a fraction of the purchase price. So we have returns. We have C as a coupon payment divided by PT, which is the price of the bond at time T. PT plus 1 minus PT, right? So price of bond at time period T plus 1, that's next period. Or this is this period and this is last period. So that's your rate of capital gains. So let's come back here. The face value of the discount bond minus the price. Face value of the discount bond minus the price. So $1,000 bond, price of $800 divided by $800 is 25%. Do we know, does everybody know the difference between a coupon and a discount bond?
Not really.
Say it again.
Not really.
Anybody else?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, no, not really.
No shot.
So a coupon bond makes regular interest payments to the bondholder. So a bond is a debt instrument. A corporation raises money by issuing bonds. The government raises money by issuing bonds. So they'll sell you a bond, either one of them, maybe $1,000 face value, that's most often, and some maturity date, 10 years, and they will make interest payments periodically every year or every 6 months until the maturity date, at which time they'll give you your money back. Yeah? That's a coupon bond. A discount bond, what they'll do is they'll say, hey, I'm going to sell you $1,000 discount bond for $800, 10 years. You give them the $800, and in 10 years' time, they'll give you the $1,000. In other words, they sell it at a discount. The interest, you don't get coupon payments. The interest that you earn is the difference between the price you pay and the face value that you collect at maturity. Okay? So two different kinds of bonds that operate out there, the discount bond and a coupon bond. So let's not go any further for right now. Let's wrap it up by asking you some questions. Plus, it's freaking hot as hell in here. You have a 10% bond. Bonds out in the world are trading at 12%. New bonds are being issued at 12%. What's the yield to maturity to value your 10% bond? You would use 12%. Your 10% $1,000 bond pays a coupon, 10%. You've got it in your desk drawer. New bonds are trading at being issued at 12%. You want to get rid of your bond. How much are you going to be able to sell it for?
Be 800.
800, something less than 1,000, right? How about if new bonds were being issued at 8%? How much would you be able to get for your 10% bond? Somebody besides Jake.
More than 1,000.
Something more than 1,000, right? All right. Is it working for people? We have to go, we have class on Monday, even though it's Labor Day, right? No?
No, let's cancel class.
Up to
Cancel
you.
class.
It's a holiday.
I am gonna cancel class. Oh, hey, I'm gonna be out at Bonna's all next week.
Pickleball?
No. No, but I'll be there all through the week. If anybody wants to stop in and say hello or has questions or just wants to chat or anything, you know. My office is in the corner, downstairs in the corner across from where Palmer is. You know where I'm talking about? Anyway, I'm going to be out at Bonna's all Monday through Friday next week. But we'll have class like on Zoom anyway. Yeah. All right, everybody. Have a good weekend.
Have a good one.
Thank you.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Go for those
Good weekend.
Thank you.
Professor, I had came in after you did the attendance. I'll just.
I saw you were loading up your computer, huh?
Yeah.
All right, Dejor. Good to see you.
Have a good weekend.
Also, sir, never heard my name get called.
Nick?
Yes, sir.
It didn't get called. It didn't get called. Where's Shane anyway? Yeah, I didn't call your name. That's all right. I saw you here.
I just want to make sure.
Yeah, no problem, man. How's it going?
All right.
Yeah, good.
Gave my son already lunch, so he's preoccupied right now.
How many kids were in that class in campus?
I want to say like 16, 17, maybe.
Not very many.
No, it wasn't that much.
Well, you had to wear a face mask.
Yeah. A face mask, and it was like high school desks that you sat in.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right, dude.
You have a good weekend.
Have a good weekend.
You too.